Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So as always, I'm going to jump right in. So I'm going to start, well, first I'm going to apologize. We have a really loud washer and dryer in this house. They're way in the back of the house, but I feel like you might be able to hear them. I apologize if you can hear that washing machine. It's like super loud. But anyways, I'm going to start with a couple of my Riddle oils that I tested. So the first one that I tested was this was the one that I applied on camera and made my scent of the day that day. This is the oil called Voyeur, and it reminds me a little bit of something, but I can't really put my finger on it. It smells like, oh my gosh, it smells like ice cream and cookies and yummy brown sugar. It just smells, and then when it warms on your skin, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of sweet, yummy, like brown sugar. It reminds me a little bit of something, but it smells like nothing I've ever smelled before. There's nothing I can really compare it to. It's not like pink sugar at all. It doesn't have any kind of a burnt note. It's buttery smooth. It's such an amazing gourmand scent. I think they've only got like 3 notes listed for it. I think it's vanilla, sandalwood, and I'll have it up on the screen for you, of course, but I think it's like vanilla, sandalwood, and I don't know a third. No. That's another thing. If my voice is a little bit off in this, I don't know, the last couple days I felt really, really run down. So yeah, I don't know if like my immune system is trying to fight something off or what, but you might be able to hear it in my voice, and I apologize, but the show must go on. So anyways, yeah, it's lactonic and creamy, but there's something so yummy and sugary smelling about it. It's delicious smelling. This is one of those fragrances that when you apply it, it's really, really strong, and it will project like crazy for probably like the first hour. And then you go through a period of being kind of nose blind to it. You'll think that it wore off, but then you'll like move and you'll get a good whiff of it, or you'll smell your clothes, like your shirt, and it's really, really strong still. So I don't think that this one is wearing off or going anywhere. I think it's just a situation of you going nose blind to it for a little bit, but it never goes away. I was still able to smell this 8-10 hours later. I could still smell it when I went to bed that night. I can tell you with every Riddle oil I've tested, I have not been able to apply another perfume like before I go to bed that night, except for the original one, which is a softer kind of musk fragrance. But even it was still there, and I had to apply another musk perfume over it, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But anyways, yeah, if you were looking for an amazing gourmand oil, oh my gosh, look no further. There's something a little bit perfumey about it too. As it dries down on your skin, it starts to get a little bit perfumey. It's so, so good. This is one, yeah, this is hands down one of my absolute favorites. It's so good. So anyways, that one is called Voyeur. And then the next one that I wore is this one here called X. Let me tell you guys, this thing is an absolute beast of a fragrance. This is flowers. I think this is like rose. I think it's got some woods in it, and it's really, really citrusy in the top. So maybe some lemon or something really citrusy in the top. It could be that rose though. It's like a citrusy rose. It's like a really bright citrusy rose. So it could just be the rose I'm smelling. But it's a really bright citrusy rose, and then as this one dries down, it starts to get warm, and I believe it's got some amber and musk in the base, and that really warms on your skin and comes out. So it ends up smelling something like, I don't even know what to compare it to. It ends up smelling like a really beautiful, very feminine, perfumey floral, but it's warm with that amber in the base. And it's stunning. It's stunning. And this thing is an absolute beast of a fragrance. I wore this one yesterday, and I could smell it all day long. It was so strong. It projected enormously. It lasted forever. I could still smell it in my hair when I woke up, where my hair had gotten on my like chest and on the back of my neck where I put it. My hair was still really like super, super fragrant with this. My pajamas smelled like this morning. I mean, everything. It was crazy, crazy how long lasting this oil is. This one is new. I mean, I would classify it as nuclear, absolutely nuclear. So anyways, that one is called X. It's beautiful. Okay, the next perfume I wore is this one here. This is JLo Glow. I love this perfume. I'm trying to kind of work through this one because my bottle is, it's a little bit on the older side. I neglected my JLo perfumes for a really, really long time. They just sat on the shelf for a very, very long time. And so now I'm like trying to go through them because they are celebrity scents. I don't think that they're gonna hang around for too long before they do go off, so I definitely want to get use out of them before they do. I love the way this smells. This is just a really beautiful, light, very clean, soft floral musk. Like clean, soft, floral, slightly powdery skin musk. I absolutely adore it. This is what I wore. Oh yeah, I probably should have put the original oil in this. Yeah, I should be talking about the original oil, which I'll go ahead and talk about that now as well. So I did wear the original Riddle oil all day long. That one is, I mean, one of my favorites. That was definitely, that one is probably my favorite in the bunch just because it's so, just like everything that I'm obsessed with right now. It's just this really beautiful, warm, clean skin musk. It's basically white musk and amber. It's a little bit similar to Lake and Sky 1111, but it's different. It's amazing. I wore that. That one is soft. So that one, though, the longevity of that one is great. It lasts all day long. You can smell it on yourself all day, but it has a soft projection. People aren't gonna smell it on you until they get into your space, and then they'll smell it. It's not something that like somebody's gonna smell before you walk in the room or anything. It is one of my favorites. And it's funny because it's another one. I thought I was getting ready for bed that night and I was like, oh, I'm gonna spray on another perfume because that oil has worn off. And I put my nose into my arm and the oil hadn't worn off. It was still there. I just had kind of gone nose blind to it and I couldn't smell it anymore. But as soon as I stuck my nose in my arm, I could smell it a lot. I still wanted to spray on a perfume, so I just got one that was kind of similar to it, which is why I wore JLo Glow. I love this perfume. This is another perfume that is an absolute beast on me. I have the best luck with JLo perfumes or Jennifer Lopez perfumes. They just last forever on me. I guess I'm just one of the lucky ones that has the skin chemistry for it. Usually I'm not the one saying that. Usually I'm the one saying my skin eats everything, but yeah, I get lucky with these ones. So anyways, this one is an amazing performer on me. It projects like crazy. I love it. It smells incredible on me. I just have the chemistry for it. A lot of people, I could totally see though, if you don't have the chemistry for this, I could see where this would smell like straight up hairspray or bug spray. So if you're somebody that hates this perfume, I completely understand because I can really, I can imagine it in my brain what it smells like on somebody that doesn't have the skin for it. So anyways, that is JLo Glow. Next I wore this beauty. This is Pink Gold from Victoria's Secret Pink. I adore this perfume. This is amber crystals and vanilla. My beautiful, beautiful friend just sent me 2 more bottles of this, and so now I feel really liberated to be able to just spray with abandon, wear this as much as I want because I've got plenty in my collection now. I love this perfume. This is a comfort scent for me. This is what I reach for when I just want to be comforted. For me, this perfume is like spraying on a cozy blanket. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's really, really warm. It's a little bit clean smelling. It's just everything that I love in a perfume. It's a cozy, sweet vanilla and amber scent. I adore it. I just adore this scent. I'm so sad for her that she was anosmic to it. Gosh, because I would just love everybody to experience this fragrance because it's just so warm and comforting. I love it. This is another one that I love because my husband loves this. So I feel like this is one that I can wear and he's gonna be really happy. For example, when I put on the X oil from Riddle, he hated it. He felt like it smelled really, really mature and he did not like it at all. So, and I'll still wear it, and obviously he doesn't care and I don't care, and I'll still wear whatever I want. But you know, you just want your husband to like how you smell and not be like, dude, you stink, which is how he felt when I wore the X oil. But he loves this fragrance. So anyways, this is Pink Gold from Victoria's Secret. Next I wore this one here. This is Silver Moon from Pacifica. This is Vanilla, Almond, and Spice. I adore this fragrance. This is another cozy, like comforting fragrance for me. This is one, I must have needed a lot of comfort. This is another one that I will wear when I just need to feel like a cozy blanket is being wrapped around me. There's something really, really comforting about this. It reminds me just a touch of Warm Vanilla Sugar from Bath & Body Works, but it's really, really almond heavy, so it's got a really prominent almond note, but it's not a powdery almond note. And that's something that I love about this, because sometimes you don't always want powdery. Sometimes you just want a literal, clean, nutty almond note. And that's exactly what you get in this. And it's the most prominent note. So I would say this is mostly an almond fragrance more than anything. And I love it. I love it. This one performs terribly though. I wore this one, let's see. Yeah, I did wear this one all day, and I had to reapply it probably 6 or 7 times. I mean, it just performs horribly. But if you can catch it on sale, like if you can catch it on sale at Ulta for 40% off and get it for like 12 bucks, it's totally worth it. It does perform like a body spray, and you have to use it like a body spray because you'll have to reapply it a million times, but it smells amazing and it's totally worth it. So anyways, that is Pacifica Silver Moon. Next, we have got this baby. This is Guerlain My Insolence. I am getting really close to finishing up this bottle. I've got about a quarter of it left. I love this perfume. There is something, number one, it's incredibly unique smelling. It's very much a Guerlain fragrance. It just smells like Guerlain. It's very, very classy and grown woman smelling, but it's really, really cozy and comforting and warm. This is another one. It's got almond or almond blossom in it, one of the two, but it's got this, it definitely has a light powdery almond note in it. But it's slightly powdery. It's not overly powdery. It's not a powder bomb. It just brings this beautiful kind of fuzzy coziness to the fragrance. You have a bright raspberry and lemon note in the top, and you get the brightness throughout the entire wear. I do on my skin anyways. I always can smell that bright kind of raspberry lemon note on my skin throughout the entire wear. It's not the most prominent combination for sure. It just brings a beautiful brightness to everything. The cozy almond and vanilla is definitely the star of the show here. It's really, really grown up smelling. It's like, well, I don't want to say, it's not mature smelling in any way. You're definitely not going to smell like you're wearing, I don't know, it's not like a typical gourmand fragrance. I don't know, this one's really hard to explain. It's just really, really elevated smelling. I love this fragrance. I'm so happy I bought a backup bottle when I did, because I kind of jumped on the train of this. Well, I had this one on my list for probably 2 years before I finally found a bottle of it that was affordable enough that I would buy it. But then it was like right after that, another bottle came available on Mercari that was really, really reasonable. I want to say it was between 40 and 50 bucks or something, and I snapped it up. So yeah, I feel like I got in at the last second before these got really hard to find and really expensive. So anyways, that is My Insolence from Guerlain. Such a stunner. Oh, this one will project for maybe an hour or so, and then this one does wear pretty close to the skin, but it lasts forever. You can easily get 6-8 hours out of this. You will smell it on yourself. It's one of those where every time you move, you're gonna get a whiff of it, which usually means everybody else is gonna smell it too. But it's got a little bit of a softer projection, but it's beautiful. Okay, and then last but not least, this is one that I pulled out because I was craving it. It's been a little bit warmer here this week because it's been raining a lot, and so it's been getting up into the 70s, like enough that I had to turn the air conditioning back on in the house, which is crazy because it cooled off really fast this year, but we're having like a really long, I don't know, it's like our fall is actually a full fall. We're actually getting a full fall this year, which is really exciting. It's been just beautiful. But anyways, yeah, it was really warm and I just started craving this. This is Rose Elixir from Montale. I think They've changed the name of this one to Rose's Elixir now, but this is the one that was like the first one, called Rose Elixir. I'm not super knowledgeable about Montale fragrances. Like, I know a little bit, but I'm not knowledgeable enough to be able to tell you if it has been reformulated or they just changed the name of it, or, you know, what the reasoning behind that was. But I just want to be clear that this is the first one, called Rose Elixir, because I've never smelled Rose's Elixir, so I don't know if it's the same thing, if they're different. Like, I just don't know. But anyways, I love this. This reminds me a lot of Miss Dior Cherie, the 2012 formulation, but way stronger, a little bit sweeter, and with the rose amped up. It gives me that same really youthful, feminine, like frolicking through roses in France. It gives you those kind of visuals. I mean, you guys can imagine it, like the ads, the Dior ads with Natalie Portman, and she's like frolicking through, you know, rose fields or something, as if there's any such thing as a rose field, but you know what I mean. That's what this smells like, but it's really strong and super potent. This is nuclear. This is one that you can spray on, you know, 4 or 5 sprays, and it's nuclear. It will project like crazy for 8-10 hours, and even after that, you're gonna smell it in your hair, on your clothing. Like, it's one of those that you will smell until you wash it off. I absolutely love this fragrance. Montale and Mancera, when they make fragrances that I love them. Like, they're some of the best just because they perform so beautifully, and they're just such amazing quality. And yeah, when they smell good, they just smell good, and this is one of those. So anyways, that is Montale Rose Elixir. My bottle is kind of in not the best shape in the world, but I don't care because the juice inside is perfect. So anyways, you guys, those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.